Hello. Just let me get the camera right. Right. Hello. Yes. Hello. Welcome to Wednesday's class. For the 5 minutes before 11 o'clock to give people time to get settled in and things, we're doing C today. Well, we did C last week. We did core, and I thought, what shall I do this week? Carbohydrate, cardiovascular. There's quite a lot of C's. And for my sins, I thought I'll do carbohydrates. And then when I started looking at it, I thought, oh no, this is far too huge to fit in 5 minutes. So I'm going to gallop through. Well, no, I'm not. I'm just going to touch on it. Those of you that know me know that I follow a low carbohydrate diet. And I really believe that a low carbohydrate diet is the way to optimum health. Everybody knows that you should reduce the amount of sugar in your diet. I don't think there's anybody that would disagree with that. And there's obvious sugar, which is like, sweets, chocolates, bread, cakes, blah, 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 all that sort of stuff. Fizzy drinks, fruit juices as well, which is fructose, and which the body can't metabolize properly, but I'll leave that for the time being. So everybody knows that you should reduce the amount of sugar. But did you know that carbohydrate is just sort of concentrated chains of glucose, which is sugar? Sugar is usually, I think it's glucose and fructose together. So when you eat bread, potatoes, rice, pasta, crisps, any of that sort of stuff, your body doesn't know that you are eating carbohydrate. Your body knows that you're eating glucose. And so it turns into glucose in your blood. So for example, if you have a large jacket potato, your body reacts as if you had taken 15 teaspoons of sugar. That's what that potato, it doesn't mean there's 15 teaspoons of sugar in a potato. It means that when it's digested, your body reacts as if you had 15 teaspoons of sugar. A banana, 120-gram banana, and that's not a very big banana. It's not like the huge ones that you get. Bananas are nearly 5.7 teaspoons of sugar. I mean, if you want to know any more about this, it's all on the my Over 50 Facebook page. And if you can't find it, not the page, well, yes, the page, but if you can't find the information on the page, let me know and I'll send it to you. Raisins, 60 grams of raisins are equivalent of 10.3 teaspoons of sugar, whereas 120 grams of strawberries are only 1 teaspoon of sugar. So all fruit is not the same. And what I'm saying is that if you want to reduce the amount of sugar, as well as you think, well, I've cut out everything, I don't eat any of that stuff. Think about cutting the amount of carbohydrate that you eat as well. And you will lose weight because insulin is a fat hormone, makes you fat. So you eat the carbs, it turns to glucose, insulin floods your body to get the glucose out of your blood, puts it in the cells. Once the cells are full, it puts it into the liver, whereby a very ingenious process called lipogenesis, the liver turns it into fat. And if you're eating lots and lots of carbs all the time, you have toast for breakfast, you have biscuits mid-morning, you have a baked potato for lunch, you have pasta in the evening, you're eating an awful lot of sugar equivalent. And so your body is constantly producing insulin. And if you do that, you can get what's called insulin resistance, which is like a pre-diabetic stage. And a lot of insulin resistance, they're now starting to think, a lot of research has been done on this. This is not my ideas. Insulin resistance is involved in inflammation, which is involved in arterial disease and all sorts of things. The things they thought fat gave you, they're now thinking that it's insulin, sugar, and insulin resistance. Eating fat does not spike your insulin at all. You don't need insulin to metabolize fat. Anyway, so how would you do this? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Maybe I'll leave you in suspense. The main thing is eat real food. Don't eat processed food. And don't be afraid of fat. What else is there? Yeah. So sorry, this is just a whistle-stop tour, and you'll be thinking, oh no, what did she say? What is that woman talking about? Hello, Doreen. But if you can hand on heart say, I do not eat sweets and crisps and snacks like pretzels and all those snacks. And yet I still can't lose weight. This is not principally for losing weight, but it will help. That's one of the side effects, but it will give you better metabolic health. If you can hand on heart say you don't eat any of those things, look at the carbohydrate that you're eating. Look at how much pasta you have. Look at how much rice you have. Look at how many potatoes you have. Bread, look at the bread. Doesn't mean to say you have to give them up. Just don't have them all the time, or don't have very many of them. Anyway, it's getting a bit preachy now, so I'm going to stop. So, hello, welcome everybody to Wednesday's functional fitness class. Functional fitness are exercises that are designed to help you with everyday living. Somebody contacted me after last week to say that they had injured, they thought they had injured themselves doing the balance exercise. Turns out they had been doing it incorrectly, but it's very, very important for me to say these exercises, they should be doable by everybody. But if you find that you're in pain doing them, then stop doing them immediately. No pain, no gain is a lot of rubbish. You may not be able to do 10 of each. We do 10 repetitions. If you can't do 10, if you can do 1 or 2, that's fine. 10 is something to aim for. But yes, so just do them at your own capability. Just because I'm doing 10 doesn't mean to say that you should be doing 10 if it's causing you pain or discomfort. But I think most of them you should be able to do at least 1 or 2. You might need a band. If you haven't got a band, you can just do the movements. It won't matter that much. It's in the class is in 3 parts. There's a warm-up, the main body of the exercise, and then stretching. So having said that, let's get on without further ado, as they say. So we're going to start just by walking very gently on the spot. If you can, do it on your toes. Swing your arms a little bit more in a sort of slightly exaggerated way, just to get a bit of mobility in your shoulders. So we're just going to do a little bit more walking, just to sort of say to the muscles, hello, wake up, we're here. Gosh, that's whizzed down. That's gone from 13 people watching to 9 people watching. I wonder where 4 people have disappeared to. Right. This class is actually, 11. This class is actually becoming less busy than the strength class. I'm going to have to do something about that, I think. Anyway, off we go. So 3, 2, 1. Right. Hands on shoulders and stretch your arms up by your ears. If you can only get your arms up to about there, that's fine. If you haven't got full mobility in your shoulders, do it at your own capability. Don't try and force your arms up by your ears. This is a really good exercise for checking that your posture, I did this before, checking that your posture is right. I've started doing this now, putting my arms like that and then bringing them down. And then that sort of sets your back right. Anyway, they're up there. If you want, you can keep moving your legs. You don't have to. And then we're going to put them back down to the shoulders. I'm going to push out, bring them back in, forward and back. And then up and down, out and in, forward and back. Up and down, out and in, and forward and back. Okay, right. Put your hand on your shoulder so you're making your arm a bit like a wing. Imagine you've got a pencil sticking out the end of your elbow, and we're going to do 5 big circles. 2, 3, full range of movement. 4, 5, and then we're going to do 5 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can feel my shoulder clicking and clacking while I do that. And then this one, imagine you've got the pencil there again. Back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. Right. We're going to raise one arm at the same time as taking one back. This is great for your back as well. It's good for your shoulders, but it's great for your back. I mean, we're still on the warm-up, just in case any new people are wondering if we've started the exercise class yet. So we're going to go up. 1. We're going to do 10 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to do one more on the shoulders and the arms before we start doing our little routine. So have your arms out like this, your elbows at 90 degrees, and you're just going to bring your arms in and touch your elbows together. 1, nice and gently. 2, 3, 4, keeping your back nice and straight. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that's 3 arm exercises. We've done one after the other. So if you're feeling your neck a bit sore, your arms, your shoulders are a bit sore, that's fine. As long as it's not actually painful. There's soreness when you've been using your muscles when you're not used to using them, and there's soreness when you know you're damaging something. Right, I'm just going to put the camera down slightly. Oops. Right, so we're going to start. It's too far down now. You can't see it, but my carpet is in a dreadful state these days with the dog. Oops, somebody had the thing. Right. So we're just going to start with heel digs. Heel digs. And anchor your elbows. And you're going to do a bicep curl, opposite arm and legs. Now, somebody else the other day was saying to me they are so uncoordinated that they cannot do this. And I refuse to believe that with practice, you cannot do this. You can do it really slowly and check that you've got the opposite arm and leg. You don't have to go the same speed as I'm going, but it will come. It's just practice. We are human beings with a massive brain between our ears, and we can do anything we want with our bodies, within reason, obviously. 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to, I'm just going to get the chair out of the way. And then we're going to just put our legs to the side, prayer hands, and push your arms out. As your leg goes out, your arms go out. These exercises, apart from being a warm-up, are also good. I repeat this every time. They're good for strength, they're good for coordination, they're good for balance. Just good for everything. Remember, you've got headlights on your knees and your hips here and your chest. They're all pointing forwards. You don't want them falling in like this knee is trying to on me quite a bit when I do that. 3, 2, 1. And then we're just going to take a step back. And at the same time, have your hands here, little dinosaur hands, and they're going to go straight out like that as your leg goes back. Again, remember the headlights on your knees. Spread your fingers. Give yourself a bit of jazz hands. We overlook our hands and they do an awful lot of hard work. So, 3, 2, 1. And then last one is just a slight toe tap, like that. But at the same time, we're just going to swing the opposite arm. I'm just going to come here and have a quick look because somebody's written something. Hi, Nikki. So just toe tapping. It's raining here today. It's not very nice. It was lovely yesterday. It was like a spring day yesterday. Here is Manchester. It doesn't always rain in Manchester. 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Right, now, just for those of you who are uncoordinated, we're going to put all that together. So we're going to do heel digs, and then out to the side, and then back, and then the toe tap. This is great for your memory, coordination. It just takes time. The person I was saying who said she was so uncoordinated, she couldn't do all what we're doing. I was saying, remember when you first learned to drive? Everything was such an effort. Using the pedals, using the gear lever, getting into the right gear, remembering to coordinate, put the clutch in, and you never thought you'd be able to do it. But now, I mean, once you've sort of passed your test, you can drive somewhere and think, how on earth did I get here? You sort of have driven without realizing it. Right, we're going to just, toe tap. I'm rubbish when I'm talking. We're just going to do that 2 or 3 times a little bit faster. So heel side, just to warm you up a wee bit. Back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back. If you're having difficulty keeping up, take smaller steps. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right, how are you doing? Are you warmed up? Hope you are. We're going to start the exercise proper now. And the first exercise we're going to do is squats. Now, I'm sorry, this bit takes quite a bit of explanation. If you're doing squats, squatting is sitting without the chair. And you don't have to go down that far. You can go down there. The main thing is that your knees mustn't come over your toes. It's always a backward movement. So some people do squats, they go, ooh, like that. You try and sit down like that. You'll never get your bottom on the chair. When you sit down, you do that. Watch how people sit down. So your feet are hip width apart, your knees don't meet, and you go down. Now, if you only go down to there, like I say, or even there, as long as the technique is right and you're taking your weight. If you can't do a free squat, absolutely fine. Sit in the chair, have your hands here so as you're not going to use them, and stand up, and then sit down again. If you can't do that, swing your arms to give you momentum. Failing that, put your hands on your knees and stand up. But what we want is eventually for people to stand up without using their hands. So whether you're using the chair or whether you're doing free squats, we're going to start now. We're going to do 10. So you go down and up. 1. Doesn't matter what you do with your hands. 2. You could try putting them here if you want. I think that makes it much more difficult. 3. 4. I'm doing it side on so that you can see. 5. How my knees aren't going over my shoes. I'm going to do it front on so as you see my knees stay apart. 6. 7. When you do a squat, your weight is in your heels. 8. 9. 10. Well done. My weight's in my heels, so I fall backwards quite a lot. Right. We're going to use the chair. Sitting really far forward in the chair. You could do that. Just to check that your shoulders center make your back nice and straight. Feet out, toes pulled back. Move the band around the instep of your foot. And you're sitting up nice and straight. Right, I'm going to move the chair just to show you what the arms do. If you don't have a band, just do the arm movements. Have quite a bit of tension on the band. It's no use if the band's there and you can easily do it. So you need to have quite a bit of tension on the band. And you're just pulling your arms back. You're not lifting. Your hands almost skim your thighs. And you're going back. Keep your shoulder blades squidged together. Imagine there's a can of Coke in there and you're trying to squidge it. Although obviously after what I said about fizzy drinks, wouldn't be Coke. And then down. So 1, 2, only your arms move. You don't rock. 3, and if you haven't got a band, just do these arm movements. 4, 5, just do as many as you can. 6, but challenge yourself. But if you haven't exercised for a long, long time, 7, you may not want to do all 10 of each exercise. 8, 9. The main thing is to 10, just to feel that you're doing something. Right. Next thing we're doing, standing behind the chair, using the chair for balance, is we're just going to strengthen the squat. Strengthens the gluteus maximus, but you've got gluteus medius and gluteus minimus. Mummy bear, daddy bear, and little bear. So we're going to do mummy bear and baby, and that's raising your leg with your toe pointing forward. Don't turn and do it that way. Okay, and don't lean to the side to compensate for the leg going up. So you're standing nice and straight and you lift it. You should feel it there. I can feel it there. 1, when you put your leg down, don't stand on it. Just keep the weight on your other leg. 2, I mean the leg that isn't moving is taking quite a pounding, although you're not aware of it. 3, because it's taking all your weight the whole time. 4, 5, now this is quite a tough one. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, the leg that was static is taking gets quite sore. So give your hips a bit of a wiggle, and then repeat on the other side. So I'm going to go 1. Oh, tough that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa, that is quite tough. It is a tough one. I mean, this class is not an easy class, but it's a doable class because you don't have to do 10 of everything. That's the whole thing about it. Is if you could do everything perfectly with no effort, you wouldn't need the class. Right, bicep curls. If you haven't got a band, just do the movements. So what you're going to do is you're going to stand on the band and hold it with one hand. You're going to anchor this elbow into your waist, and you're going to have enough tension on the band so that if you let it go, it would plonk down there, but you're going to hold it there so that your bicep, this muscle here, is constantly under pressure. And all you're doing, just let go of my band there. All you're doing is just closing your arm. This elbow does not leave your side, okay? So you're going 1, 2, not too fast, not too slow. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. And then swap over. Again, anchoring this elbow. Actually, this is also very good for your forearms here because you're gripping, having to grip the band. If you've got arthritis in your hands, you may find a band with handles on the end or weights easier to hold because you've got to have quite a grip for this one with the bands that don't have handles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Jolly well done. Right, the next one is a balance exercise. So have the chair here just in case you need to hold it. I probably will. And what we're going to do is we're going to, initially, I'm just going to explain, we're going to center engage our core, and then we're going to do, rather than just standing on one leg, which is quite hard, but should be getting easier for those of you that have been with me a long time. If you can't do the movement, then just stand on one leg for as long as you can, but you may want to try this. And the reason I'm doing this is because it unbalances you. So we're going to put get your knee parallel to the floor, but then you straighten your leg and you're just going to put it as if it was going round the face of a clock. Okay, just very gently. And it just unbalances you slightly, and so you've got to think a little bit more about engaging your core. Remember last week I was saying that you always have to brace, and you do it without realizing it. It's called proprioception, knowing where your body is in space. Anyway, enough chatter. Remember how you engage core. Exhale, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as you can, pulling up everything up as well, and then release it slightly. And then we're going to stand on one leg. We're going to do 10 of these on each side. And we're going to go 1, and then just sweeping it round the clock. 2, you can do 12, 3, 6, and back if you want very definite ones, or you can just very gently take it round. 3, I'm losing my balance now because I'm talking. 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, this is not easy. And the static leg, 8, it takes a bit of a pounding. 9, 10. Give your hips a bit of a wiggle. Seems to be an awful, I've said this last week, seems to be an awful lot of standing on one leg in this class. Right, engage your core, breathe out. Navel into your backbone as hard as you can. Pull everything up, release, and up we go. So it might take you a little while to get your balance on this one. 1, so round, oops. 2, 3, 4, 5. You can make it a very small clock face. 6, you don't have to go right out to the side. 7, do what works for you. 8, I'm going to have to hold on in a minute. 9, one more, come on Rosemary, make it a good one. 10. And that is just trying to get you to not balanced. Do you want? I'll tell you what. Next week we'll do that, and then we'll see whether people can stand on one leg, how long they can stand on one leg for. If it's easy for you to stand on one leg, you could try standing on one leg with your eyes shut. That does makes it. I find it difficult standing on both legs with my eyes shut. Right, abs. So get the chair, sit sideways in the chair, and you're going to have to sit so that your feet can comfortably reach the ground. So if you're of smaller stature, move to the front or front of the side. You don't want the back behind you. If you're tall, you can sit further back. And you're going to sit up nice and straight. You could try this. Get your back nice and straight. And put your hands on your knees so that your middle finger is at the top of your knee, top of your patella. Can't think of the common name for the patella. That slidey thing. Senior moment. Kneecap, that's it. Sit back so that your middle finger is about an inch above your kneecap. And then take your hands up and push them forward. So your back is in the same position, but your hands are forward. And then we're just going to lift 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep pushing your hands forward. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then sit up. It's quite hard doing strengthening your abs and your core without getting on the floor and doing planks and side planks and things. Although, as I said last week, just standing up helps you engage your core. And the core consists of about 12 muscles. It's not just the ones on the outside. It's like supporting your spine and helps movement with your spine and things. We're going to do that all again. So just get your back nice and straight. There we go. Hands on knees. Lean back about an inch above your knee. Hands forward. And we're going to go 1. Hands forward. It sounds like a German. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, you might feel it at the tops of your legs as well, because obviously this muscle is lifting as well as your abdominals. Right. Oh yes, I know what we're going to do now. This is quite nice actually. After you've been exercising your legs for a while, and they've been taking a bit of a pounding. What we're going to do, I'm doing it this way so as you can see what I'm doing. Just you can hold on. You don't have to hold on, but you can. And we're just going to swing our legs, just standing upright. We used to do this one, standing up still and just lifting so that your back and your bum got a bit of a thing. It's a bit boring, that one. So yeah, we're just going to try and consciously move your leg rather than letting the momentum take it. We're going to do 10 on each side. So just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, nice and gentle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's nice and gentle, no pressure. And then the other one, although of course you've still got a static leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When your leg goes back, try not to lean forward. 6, 7, not like that. 8, 9, 10. Oh, I quite like that. Right. Upward row. Right. This may be one, if you're new and if you haven't got a band, this is one actually that is still quite, you get a lot of benefit from this without using the band. You get a bit more using the band. If you, just to show you the technique, if you haven't got a band, hold your thumb and you're going to raise your arms, but your elbows lift your arms up. So it doesn't matter whether you get to there, there, or there, as long as your elbows are higher than your hands and you've got that V. So you start there. Imagine you're pulling the black bin out of the bin. Keep your shoulder, don't have your shoulders hunched, shoulders nice and relaxed, and you're up like that. If you've got a band, stand on it, feet hip width apart. Unless I say otherwise, doing these exercises, all the exercises, your feet are always hip width apart because that gives you a good stable base. Then you cross the band over, and then standing up nice and straight, holding it there, you're going 1, nice and slow and controlled. 2, this is what it looks like from the side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, very good. Right, we're going to do 10 more squats or 10 more stands from the chair, whichever it is that you're doing. So we just go straight into them. There's no need for explanation this time. 1, whoops, weight on my heels there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo! That last 2 were quite challenging. Woo. Give your legs a bit of a wobble if you need to. Right. Last exercise before we get into our routine and the high intensity. It's the side bends, hip at least hip width apart. I find if they're slightly wider, it's a bit easier. Just going to go down to the side. If you're going to use your arm over your head, which you don't have to, keep it straight so that you're actually using the muscles rather than letting it just hang inert. We're going to do 10 on each side or as many as you can. So, oh dear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oh, 10. Oh, other side. Ready? 1, oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Very good. Right. We're going to do our little routine again. So we're going to go heel dig. Just let me get this out of the way. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. So let me see what somebody's written. Keep doing it. Thanks, Doreen. Right. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Right, we're going to do it a little bit more quickly, as if there was music. Now, if you're floundering, it doesn't matter. Just try and keep up, and if you have to stop and rejoin, absolutely fine. I used to do this with the class face to face, and you would be amazed at the uncoordination of everybody. So don't think it's just you that's uncoordinated. Whenever you learn a new routine in dance or anything like that, I used to do tap, and I could never remember. I could remember each individual step, but I could never remember how to put them together. I could never remember a routine. So it's just practice. So we're going to go heel dig, side. Don't become discouraged. Toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Adults get discouraged very easily. Heel dig. Kids don't. They keep trying. Side, back, toe tap. Heel dig. Unleash your inner child and just keep practicing. Toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Children assume they can't do things and they want to do them, so they keep practicing. Adults assume they can, and when they find out they can't, they get discouraged and stop doing it. So unleash your inner child and just keep practicing. Right. To finish, for our finale, we are going to do our heartbeat. This is the 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity exercise. Now, it's not obligatory. If you don't want to do it, fine, wait for the stretching. But it's very beneficial, and I think it's a nice way to finish an exercise. You can either do it running. The way to do it is taking tiny steps, running on the spot. Now, even if you have bad knees, you shouldn't be doing this. It's just a movement like that. But if your knees are bad, you can either do it in the chair. I've seen people do it in the chair. So they do this, although that's quite a difficult movement. Or I know some people, the object of the exercise is to get your heart beating fast. So it doesn't really matter how you do it. So some people do punching. Remember we did punching before. Just do that for the first. Quite a lot, 30 seconds, quite a lot to do that. It's not quite as effective at getting your heart going because the muscles in your arms are smaller, but it's still a good exercise. You can mix and match. Some people might like to do punching, and then the next time running, the next time punching, whatever you like. Right, stopwatch, off we go. On your marks, set, off you go. 17, 18, 19, 20. Stop. Well done. Sorry. I was daydreaming then. I nearly missed the cue at 17. I'll just give you a few seconds to recover yourself. As I'm always saying, and those of you who have been with me a while will be fed up with it, it's not how puffed you get, it's how quickly you recover that shows whether you're getting fitter or not. You'll still get as puffed because as you get fitter, you'll give it more welly. It's a technical term. And so you'll get very puffed, but you will recover more quickly. Should do anyway. Right, you ready? On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Right. I was wondering today, I don't know if any of you have any ideas or anything of how I can increase the size of this class, because it's always in this sort of mid-teens, but it would be quite nice. I mean, I quite want to do for older people in fitness what Jamie Oliver tried to do for school lunches, to get everybody doing it, everybody moving. I'm not saying because people aren't doing this class that they're not doing anything at all, but I would quite like more participants. So if any of you have got any ideas, if I've got any contacts in PR or anything like that, I don't know, and feel like I need to give me tips on marketing or how to reach a bigger audience, then I'd be very grateful. Anyway, on to the third and final lot of 20 seconds. So on your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Right, just before the stretching and while you get your breath back, just the usual announcements. My Facebook page is, the link to it is in the comments section, if you're looking on a laptop underneath the video. And also the link to the Buy Me a Coffee. So if you've enjoyed the class and you want to show your appreciation, there's no obligation. You can buy me a coffee just click on the link and it'll be self-explanatory. If you haven't already, if you could subscribe to my channel. I've got 291 subscribers, so I need 9 more. Well, you can all work out, I need 9 more to get to 300, but that would be really good. And like the class, if you could, that would be very appreciated. So, right, on to the stretching. Get your chair. We're starting as usual with a calf stretch. Front leg bent, back leg straight, both heels on the ground. Just check that both feet are pointing in the same direction. You lean forward, keeping your heel on the ground, and you should feel the stretch up your calf, more at the top of your calf, behind your knee. That's a bit much, that. I'm going to bring my knee in a bit. My leg in a bit, not my knee. And then very gently bend your back knee. Your heel comes off the ground. Put a little bit of weight on that leg, that foot, and you should feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles tendon and your lower calf muscle. And then switch legs. Just have a check that your feet are both pointing in the same direction. Bend your back knee. Feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles. Okay, we're going to do the quadriceps now, the big muscles at the front. If you can, grab your foot, your ankle, your shoe, your whatever you like. You can put something around your ankle, standing up nice and straight. You can either use it as a balance practice or not. It's entirely up to you. If you can't do that with your leg, put your hands behind you and kick your heels up. Try and kick your hands with your heels And that's dynamic stretching. What you're doing is you're lengthening the muscle. I'm going to do static, and I'm going to use it as a balance practice. I didn't used to be able to do this at all. I mean, I could do this, but I couldn't balance. I used to have to hold on all the time. So it is improving. And then switch legs. If you're doing dynamic stretching, keep doing it. Keep being your dynamic self. And then this one is tighter than the other one. If you don't feel much, it's like that Dudley Moore Peter Cook sketch, isn't it? If you want to get a little bit more stretch on the thigh, if you tilt your pelvis, and you should feel more of a stretch on the thigh. Anyway, enough of that. So the hamstrings, which are the big muscles at the back of the legs. You sit on the chair, sit at the edge of the chair, knees at 90 degrees, ankles under your knees now. Just check. Get your back nice and straight. One leg out, toe pulled back. With your back still nice and straight, lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Now, as I'm always saying, however far you go is entirely up to you. And then sit up. When you sit up, don't use your hands. Just use your back to pull you up if you can. And then other leg out, toe pulled back. Just check your back is straight again. And then lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Ooh, that was a fierce one. And then sitting up. And then last one, using the chair for your legs, is you're going to sit sideways on the chair. So sit sideways, but sort of at the front, so that this bit of the chair isn't showing. And you're going to stretch this leg out behind. You may not be able to get it out very far. Just do what you can. So it's like this, the leg goes out like that. Now, your torso is straight, the leg is out behind you. If you can only get it to there, it's absolutely fine. What you're trying to do is stretch this bit. If you get it there, just move your body back a little bit just to give a bit of a stretch there. So if you're there, you keep your torso very upright. I'm almost leaning back. Whoa. Hurts there. Oh. And then we're going to swap round. And leg out. Okay, standing up, arms at, hello, arms at shoulder height, palms facing forwards, and you're going round the tree like that, not like that, so that you're opening up these muscles at the back, and then dip your head. And then hands behind, if you can, interlink your fingers behind your back. If not, try and get your elbows together. Lift your arms if you're interlinking your fingers, just to get a stretch across your chest. And then sitting down again. Don't use the back to rest on, just use your own muscles to support yourself. Just check your back is straight, as usual, and then just dip your head. Put your hand on your crown, but don't push. Just let the weight of your hand push your head down a bit. And then look up, and then turn your head to the left, as far as it'll go. Put your hand on your chin, your right hand on the right hand side of your face, on your chin, and try and turn your head back to the center, but resist with your hand, so that you're creating tension in your neck. And just keep that sort of fight going, trying to turn your head, pushing it back with your hand, and then relax totally, and you should be able to turn your head just a little bit more to the left. Keep it there just for a few more seconds, and then bring your head back to the center, and we'll do the same on the other side. Oh, I've got a bit of a stiff neck today. Turn your head to the right, put your left hand on the side of your left hand side of your face, and then try and turn your head back to the center and resist with your hand. And then relax and see if you can turn your head a little bit more to the right, and then bring your head back to the center. And that's it. Thank you very much for attending my class. If you want any more information, carbohydrates and all the rest of it, let me know via my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page. June Craig, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I don't know if you're on here or not, but it's just told me that you've subscribed to my channel. 292, woohoo! And there's my dog. And there's my phone. So I'll say goodbye. And I'll see you Monday or Wednesday next week, depending on which class you come to. I might try Woman's Hour. Woman's Hour again, Nikki. Don't know if you can hear me.